Now, just on the strange nexus between politicians and the media just at the moment, I've mentioned it before and it really troubles me. Normally there's a creative tension between the media and governments. There's a tendency for the media pack to be sceptical about what governments are saying and doing, if not openly hostile, especially conservative governments, of course. But on COVID, politicians have been keen to ramp up the fear and the media loves to sensationalise. So they've worked hand in glove on this issue. And this has led to media even barracking endlessly for tougher measures, tougher lockdowns and the like, which is pretty extraordinary given the interests of their audiences. Anyway, I just want to show you an example of how government spin is working. In New South Wales on Friday, Gladys Berejiklian, the Premier, released what she called a plan to get kids back to school. Now, that was spin. As I said on Friday's show, it wasn't a plan to reopen schools. This was an announcement that they were staying shut. School was already scrapped till the end of the third term, and there were justified hopes it would be back for the start of term 4 in the first week of October. But the government slammed schools for an extra period, with no hope of getting all classes back till November at the earliest, just when the school year is winding down. Yet have a look at a taste of the reporting on Friday.
It's news that came as a huge relief for parents who've juggled their own jobs with new roles as teachers.
Parents, students and their teachers have today been given an all-important date to work towards. On the 25th of October, schools will finally reopen their doors for the start of a staggered return.
A huge relief, eh? This is spin about schools opening when the reality was that schools' closures were extended for 2 months to come. You can never read too much of George Orwell on this stuff, politics and the English language and all the rest of it. But we need to be very wary when reality is mangled by politics and the media in this way. Surprisingly, the ABC, which is as alarmist on the pandemic as any media, it actually got this one closer to the truth.
For many parents and teachers, it may feel like kids have been learning from home for an eternity. Some students won't return to the classroom for another 10 weeks.
Yeah, the announcement was pretty tough for students and parents in New South Wales, and it doesn't bode well for what's happening in Victoria either. It also effectively confirmed that Sydney's lockdown will be extended to the end of October at least. Often it's not what the politicians say that matters much. It's just as important to listen to what they don't say.